but let's call them your hands. Just bring your awareness to the experience of the hands. No thoughts about it, no image of the hands, but the actual experience of that which the aliveness in these hands. What is it that makes these hands living hands and not the hands of a corpse? Something is alive there, some presence, some energy, some being. And then if you could extend your awareness to be aware of that which enlivens this whole body. Just feel it. Don't think about it, just feel that sense of presence or being that makes this alive. What is it? What is that presence? In the our conventional way of seeing things, we say, it's me. You know, I'm enlivening this body. But if you could let that concept go for just a moment and just be with the actual experience, you can find a boundary of the body. It's the organ of the skin. You can feel a boundary of the body, but can you find a boundary of that sense of aliveness or presence or awareness? Can you feel where it stops? So there are basically two ways that we can see reality. We can say that I'm here and I am contained in this body, and this sense of presence or aliveness is me. Or, and just for a moment, see if it's possible, allow that sense of presence or aliveness or being just to extend larger and larger. It has no boundaries. And then if you would just open your eyes and look around the room and look at the people in this room. If you believe that this aliveness, this presence is me, and I'm contained by this body, then your old brain is going to be scanning these people to see who is safe and who is dangerous. And your old brain is going to be saying, how can these people gratify me and how can I be safe from them? You know, that's what we do. If you can look at these beings from the point of view of a boundless sense of presence or being, and then you look around at these people and you realize there's only one expression of life in this room. And it's manifesting through separate bodies and separate personalities. But the essence of the life in this room is just one presence, one awareness, one being. And can you see how you relate differently? The need for fear is reduced. Yeah, of course we have to be aware of who might be dangerous, but we don't have to be fearful anymore. We just use discriminating wisdom to see who's safe and who isn't. But the sense of grasping and fear don't have to be there when we understand there's just one being here. And how would we relate differently to our planet? You know, it's because we feel separate that we're actually making life unlivable on this planet for our species and for all the others. If we understand there's just one life manifesting here, there's a way in which it becomes impossible to continue the trajectory of harm that we're on. So I'm just curious to know, you know, is it possible to take the investigation that you're doing, the research that you're doing, and embrace liberation I don't know quite how you could do it. But that's where the rubber really hits the road, you know? Yeah, it's great to meditate. Essentially, it's the difference between relieving suffering and uprooting suffering. You know, and I'm going for the uprooting. You know, and it's really possible for any of us to do that. We only have to do, the Buddha said, you know, it's everyone can awaken, because what we're discovering is we're not learning anything new, we're just uncovering what's already here. You know, we're getting the garbage away, we're moving the garbage away, throwing it into the compost, and then revealing this one luminous, undivided being that we are. So it's possible for us all, and I would love to see contemporary science support that. You know, just we could get more people on board. You know, it's like scientists have a lot more credibility than meditation teachers on this planet. You know, so it's just beautiful to see that suddenly mindfulness has become the fad. You know, in psychology, a friend of mine just wrote a book on using mindfulness to train the minds of effective leaders, and mindfulness is being taught in the Pentagon, and it's just everywhere. You know, but it's basically over and over again, it's mindfulness without the ethical component, and that's scary. Because in Japan, you know, the Dharma was infected enough so that Zen masters or Buddhist masters were actually training samurai warriors to kill and be killed with absolute equanimity. You know, and that's actually what's happening in the Pentagon right now. We can have really effective soldiers. You know, concentration is neutral. A killer, a really skilled killer, needs to be really concentrated. A good bombardier needs to be really concentrated. Somebody flying a drone here in Arizona that's going to kill somebody in Pakistan needs to be very concentrated. So unless we can sort of bring in that ethical element, you know, then our meditation is going to be misused in this way to make people, you know, more effective business leaders so that they can make more money and destroy the planet faster, and destroy our economy, and destroy our democracy faster. So my appeal to you, those of you who are meditation researchers, is bring in the other elements too. Meditation's great, it really works. But can we do the ethical piece, and can we do the wisdom piece as well, and show how they reinforce each other? Thank you for your patience. Any comments or questions after that, this little subject, please?
I was wondering, so I guess some of us might think that by teaching meditation, you could sort of get in touch with ethics, as you know, meditation